Alright, I'm going to do an update on the coconuts, the October update, and I'll probably, sorry about that, I'm going to do another one in November, December, and January. I'll do once a month to show the progression of what as we go into this colder weather, that the progression of how it's going to affect coconut palms. If any of you guys are zone pushing, you see the struggles there. It doesn't look half bad from a distance. If you're looking at it, it's a little beat up. I straightened it back out after the hurricane best I can. It's still leaning a little bit, which that's fine as long as I straighten it out mostly. Did raise it a little bit. I came outside yesterday. I was a little unhappy down there right at the base. Either a squirrel or one of the cats that roams around here decided to dig right around the base of it and expose the main roots, those big feeder roots. That expose them. I don't know how long they were exposed for, but it's not good. Big problem with squirrels around here digging around any kind of plant in the ground here. They just dig it right out, or they'll dig holes all through the roots and whatnot. It's just a nuisance. But if we get into it, right here, I mean, you guys can see this. A bit of a look there. I mean, look at that. You could just these spots, and then just get right here. Yeah, these are really bad. And I know these is on the low leaves, but even if you take a look, like, let's pull down one of these upper canopy leaves here. There we go. Let's have a look in there. You got, it's just really bad. It's just probably about over half of this leaf is dead, and you just have all this stuff spreading from the tips down. It's not looking good for this palm, or any of them really. Fungicide sprays aren't really an option, as this plant's going to get really big, and it's not going to be something that you're going to continue, and it's probably not going to slow it down all that much, as these leaf spots and blights tend to develop resistances, so you have to keep switching it, and it's just not cost effective. So I don't really see a way to fight that very much. You can just see, if we look at one of these up here too, look at that petiole. It's just covered in that, and it's just, look at all that over here, and does not look good. Looks horrible. If we come back to around here, same thing on all these leaves. If we get into this is a newer leaf it put out like maybe 2 months ago. It's pretty brand new, and look at that. That's just all the way up in the canopy, brand new leaves, and you're already getting this just severe dieback, lots of spots on the fronds. The only frond that looks semi-decent, they look kind of alright, is the newest ones. Shortly after that, they just tend to start going bad, like I just showed you. So we got frond 6 up here, 7, one of the newer ones, and then 8 is being put out right now. And that'll probably be the last frond we get before this slows down and we get it's gonna get cooler. I think Wednesday of next week we're dipping down to 55 degrees. Anything under 70, the coconuts will slow down. If I give you a look from a distance over here, see what's going on, you can tell how ragged this palm looks. It's really not doing well at all. But the base is getting thicker. It's if you look down there, it's definitely putting on a little bit of growth at the base, which is good. If we come over around to this side, I don't know if you guys can see any of that. We got about the first ½ inch of trunk is showing down there. Old leaf base came off, so it is starting to trunk. Next year, if it survives this winter, we'll be seeing some trunk, on this palm. And hopefully the fronds will get larger, because the newer fronds, if you have a look, they just aren't as big as the older fronds. They seem to have shrunken a little bit. I don't know if that's due to maybe all the diseases on it just can't grow enough, can't get enough energy, because there's a lot of dieback in this palm. Same thing with Panama over here. It's fairly new, but I mean, it looks better, but you can see it's starting on it. It's just not going to be good. If we have a walk over to the red spicotta, after the hurricane, one of these trees right here fell on it and decided they're just going to fall. I straightened it back out. It was pretty much smushed to the ground, and that new spear was prematurely opened. It was battered up pretty bad. I straightened it out. It's got the base is getting a little thicker on it. So just now down there, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna zoom in. Right down there, we got a new spear, so should survive. Pretty good. So it's making its comeback now, and as you can see, it's looking a little better than the Fiji. It's not that it doesn't have its blight issues, it's just I don't think it's as bad on this one yet, but it is getting there. These newer leaves coming up, you can see down there all those spots. Come around to the lowest leaf, you can just see a lot of these blighted spots and whatnot. Other than that, this palm is growing at an angle. It's leaning as a seedling out of the pot, which is fine with me, so long as there we go. You got probably about a 15, almost 20 foot clearance to the power line up there, so I don't think the fronds will ever touch that or become a problem. The Panama should be in the ground next year, and like I said, I'm going to do some updates in November through January, just to see the damage and showcase how hard of a hit they take in the winter. They'll start taking a hit probably in the next week or two as we cool down, because there are a lot of days and there are nights that go into the 60s, and we're dipping into the upper 50s, which is really odd for Florida in October. Usually we don't see a day below 70 until, I don't know, end of October maybe. So I'm predicting a cold winter, which is it's not good for the tropicals like coconuts. Freeze will kill them. So I'm going to look into how I'm going to protect these cost effectively, of course. So I'm not looking to spend a whole bunch of money to do that. But it's going to probably be a long recovery in the spring next year, because this winter shaping it would be pretty cold. At least that's what I'm predicting anyway. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next update. Let me know what you guys think of these coconuts and how they're doing, and any ideas on some of the blights and diseases that are going on here. I'll see you guys in the next one.